Hi everyone, it's Melissa Phillips here with you today with my Makeup Monday, and we are going to use shapeshifters or mix and matte dies in just kind of a fun and creative way, more use out of your die. Instead of using them as dies or die cuts, we're going to create stencils like I did on this card from the July 2018 release. For this card, I used the new Shapeshifter Square 2 die. And I first created a stencil. So I ran it through my die cut machine once, creating a stencil. And then I ran the outer edge through my die cut machine to create my foundation. And then I just placed that stencil right on top of that outer frame, and I used my paper tray ink pads and my foam applicators to create the stenciled look. So really easy and fun, a new unique way to use your dies. So for today's Makeup Monday, I thought we would try the Mix and Matte herringbone die, which looks so great paired with, this is the Noted A2 vertical, pinked A2 vertical die. You can see that right in the center. And then topped with one of our new pierced feature frames. So I always kind of like to lay my dies out first before I start creating, just to see how they'll look, and they're going to look great. So here we have my base, which is the Noted Pinked A2 vertical die. And then I have created my stencil using the Mix and Matte herringbone die. So we're going to place that in the center. And then once we've got the stenciling done, we can layer this pierced feature frame over the top of that. So we'll get started with our ink blending. When using a stencil, I always like to tape my edges down and secure the layers in place, just using a little bit of washi tape, just so it won't slide around and destroy what you're trying to do. So, all right, I'm going to start with Spring Rain ink. I've chosen my color palette. I kind of want to go with reds and blues, so I'm going to try some Spring Rain ink and some Aqua Mist blended together. And I'm just going to lightly go over this stencil. I'm not going to create a super solid stenciled image. I'm going to just kind of create more of a splotchy image where not everything is completely covered. I kind of like that look. So we'll just start with some Spring Rain. I love Spring Rain and Aqua Mist mixed together. I think it's a beautiful shade. Okay. And add in a little bit of Aqua Mist. I won't know if I like this till I take the stencil off, so I hope it looks good with the colors I've chosen. I guess that's part of the fun though, right? Just the surprise and hoping everything turns out like you've planned it out in your head. Okay, maybe a little bit more right here. Alright, so now I am going to take off my stenciled layer and see what's underneath. Are you ready for the big reveal? Fingers crossed, everybody. Sweet. Love it. Okay. So you can save your stencil or toss it, use it another time, whatever you want to do. So there's my background. I love how soft and subtle it is. And it looks great so far with our pierced feature frame. My flowers are from the new Orchid Expressions, and I think it looks beautiful together. The stencil created a really soft background that doesn't detract from our flowers. It blends instead of, take center stage, so we'll still be able to stamp a sentiment without the sentiment drowning into the background. So I like it. I like it a lot. One more thing, I added the Corner Adorners July stamp on the corner of this original card, so I wanted to use it again. I tell you, this stamp set's going to get so much use. I just love it. So it looks really good nestled in there, but I kind of want it just to peek out a little bit. If you can kind of see as you place that pierced feature frame over it, you can kind of get an idea of how much is going to show. So I'm going to stamp it right there, and I don't want it to stand out too strong. I want it to be nice and subtle once again, but it's got to stand out from the herringbone. So I'm going to stamp my Corner Adorner July in Aqua Mist ink, and I'm going to repeat it, re-ink it over and over again just till I get it as dark as I want it. See how you can kind of see that start to appear. Okay, perfect. So now when I add that over the top, it looks just beautiful. I know you're seeing this upside down, but that's perfect. And it still leaves room for my sentiment, which I think I will just use one from the Orchid Expressions stamp set. Okay, I added my sentiment from Orchid Expressions. I need some thank you cards. I feel like I have so many people to thank right now. I had a birthday and got some sweet things in the mail, and I have so many people I want to thank. So I made a thank you card. And I stamped it in Ocean Tides ink because the center of this orchid is in Ocean Tides as well. So I figured that that would blend really well. And I just love how this Corner Adorner July takes up a good portion of this upper corner, just kind of filling in some of the blank space without adding, too much depth, too much bulk. And that allows me to put on some of these fun flowers and add dimension to add a little character to my card. So as is often the case with myself and my stamping, I was just noticing how pretty this card looks without the pierced feature frame. So there we have it, and there it is without. I almost like it without, but anyway, look how fun it is. You can put the frame directly over those orchids so that they're framed in, or I've got my dimensional adhesive on there. I haven't taken the backing off yet. Or they can go over the top of the frame. So there's just so many fun options. I love it. But the point I wanted to make was this looks beautiful without the frame. So experiment. These stencils, these custom stencils that you're making really can take your card to the next level in a very, very simple way. So can't wait to see what you decide to do, and I hope you show it and share it so that I can comment. Thank you so much. Drag out those mix and matte dies and use them in creative new ways. Drag out your shapeshifters and just get creative with them. Can't wait to see what you do. Have a happy Monday.